Hi, Amy at Hi baby, you want to be in the video. Hi, Amy at Fashion Toppings here, and I'm gonna do a quick vlog. I'm just gonna talk about some of the projects that I've done lately. I haven't been sewing a lot. I have been addicted to redoing furniture. And so I have been going to estate sales and buying, she's not gonna leave me alone. Oh, sorry. So I'm addicted to go to estate sales, and lately I've just been finding, pieces really cheap that I think have a lot of character to them, and I'm trying to make them into things. I'm kind of running out of some space here at the house, so some of the stuff I have been trying to sell online. But I wanted to show you some of the projects I've done lately. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've done several projects already and tutorials on how to do them. The first one I think I did was the bench. I do have a video up on that it's a vlog that basically walked you through the steps with some pictures of how we did it. That project is probably the most labor-intensive project we've done so far. And then after that, I did the tin storage, little storage bins. All these are done with chalk paint. And that one I also have a video up on, and that one's a two-part video. One, I show things that didn't work with aging metal, and then the second one is I just decided to paint it and how it turned out fabulous. I love it. The next project I did was the water basin. That's a three-part video. That was a $7.50 find, water basin find that I found at a garage sale, like a church garage sale. And that, I think, as far as the finished product, has been my favorite project so far. So I did that one. Then I have the video up on redoing the kitchen table and the things that went wrong with yellowing of paint. That one, the before and after. And then I end up doing reupholstering and painting the chairs. I also have a video up on that one. Okay, now the things that I have not done a video on, but I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I've done. This next project I took an old coffee table that I had around the house, and it's been sitting in our garage, basically just holding tools. It was getting beat up, and so I figured, why not play with it? So that one, I absolutely love how it turned out. Now I'm gonna show you a picture before. This is what it looked like. Okay, now here's the after. Now you can see that I decoupaged fabric. I loved that fabric that I used on the kitchen chairs, the coffee fabric. I love that fabric. I've done that now on 3 projects. I think you can get that fabric at, I think you can get it at Michael's Crafts, no, at Joann Fabrics. I think that's where my mom got it. So I decoupaged the fabric on the inserts of the table. Now how I got it is I took tissue paper and laid tissue paper where I wanted the fabric, and I traced the exact image of where I was gonna put the fabric. I traced it with tissue paper. And tissue paper see-through, easy to work with. So I traced it, and then I laid it down on the fabric so I could see through the tissue paper, and then I could see exactly what part of the graphics of the fabric I'm using, because I wanted the word coffee centered right underneath the little scallop. I wanted the word coffee centered on all 4 sides. So I just laid the tissue paper on top of the fabric, so I was able to cut it out exactly to fit, and then everything was centered the way I want it, and then I decoupaged it on just like you would with the napkins, like I did in my water basin video number 3 of the water basin redo is when I do the decoupage. Decoupage is so easy, and I find that decoupaging fabric is even easier. It's so easy to work with. Very rarely have I ever gotten an air bubble, and I'm only using my hands to press it out, no special tools. So I love fabric decoupage. It's so much easier than napkins, so much easier than paper. Fabric is the way to go. Okay, next project. Oh, and then the legs on that one, I chalk painted them, and then I used clear wax, and then I used a white wax on top of it, buffed it nice, nice and shiny. So dark walnut is my favorite color of stain. She's still climbing on me. It's still my favorite color of stain to use on any project. I love that color. Okay, so that is another project that I haven't shown you. The next one is a $10 find that I found at the Goodwill. I love the crossed beams, or the crossed wood sides, and I have it sitting right next to me. I staged it as a coffee table, get it? Because it has the coffee fabric in it. So that one I did the same concept. I used black chalk paint, and then on the sides I use, it's called cocoon, chalk paint on the sides with a dark wax on it, on the X's. And then I did the same fabric, same technique, tissue paper to cut out the fabric, and put the coffee fabric in decoupage on the bottom. Now black is always hard to work with. I'm not a big fan of painting anything black because black tends to really show your brush strokes, and so I mean, I think it's a little bit more temperamental. Now white is hard to work with because then you have to worry about bleed throughs and yellowing, but the black has a tendency to show brush strokes. No matter, you know, what I do, I'm gonna have at least some brush strokes. But I did cover it with a polyacrylic brush on sealer on the top, so that it'd be, you know, strong enough to withstand coffee cups, water, that type of stuff. The sides are done in wax, but the top is done in a polyacrylic top coat. Okay, and then my next project, I have a bunch of little things. Now, when people come to visit me, especially ladies, when they come to stay with me, we do like craft time, because most of them don't get a chance to decoupage or chalk paint, and that's my favorite thing to do. So I set up, when my mom was here, I set up a little craft day, and I'm gonna show you some of the projects that they did. Now my aunt has never decoupaged before, and I think she did a fabulous job. We bought the sign at Hobby Lobby, and then she whitewashed it. She stenciled the word welcome in the middle, and then she decoupaged flowers using napkins. So that was her first ever decoupaging project, and she did a fabulous job. I'm gonna hang this down in the farmhouse. But so when we're at my house, we do craft time. Now my mom, she is an overachiever. She went with a big, huge sign. She took the sign and then she painted it to make it look like more like driftwood. So she whitewashed some different color, a brown paint and then a white paint. And then she decoupaged the rooster and then the fresh egg sign. But the funny part of this, she put so much time into it. She did a fabulous job, but she did the decoupaging upside down. So if you hang the sign, it's upside down. So what I've decided to do is I'm gonna put a new hanger at the top and leave this string right here. And I'm gonna use it with little tiny clothespins to hang some notes or some pictures from. So I will utilize the string. I won't remove it. So we'll get it fixed, and that will also probably go down to the farmhouse. Then I had, this was my project while they were here. I decided to get an old watering can, and I chalk painted it. A beautiful, it's called lilac, but it looks pink. And then I decoupaged all these cute, they look like sash labels, like for scents you put in your drawers. They say lavender, cologne, lavender, and this one is, I guess most of them are lavender or roses. And so I decoupaged all these little labels all over it. And then some of my estate sale, I'm always looking for dried flowers, fake flowers when I go to estate sale. So I'm kind of like a hoarder. I have bins of fake flowers upstairs. So I put some flowers in it. And then this sits next to my side of the bed. On my sewing machine tabletop side tables that we made. This sits on that on my side, and then my husband has one that's more masculine with blue flowers in it on his side. So I did that. Then when my stepmother was here, I also did craft time with her too. And so we went to an estate sale, and it was out in a barn. And this is an old spittoon. It wasn't used as a spittoon, but that's what it is. It's an old spittoon, and it looked too new, and so I decided, I painted it chalk paint in brown. I think it's called soil is the color. Took some rooster napkins and decoupaged, and then I just took some, I think you call it raffia roping or something, burlap roping, but I just hot glued roping around the top for a little character. So I did that one. And then I helped my stepmom. She's used to decoupaging on porcelain. And so I helped her with this one. But this is the other spittoon we got, and you recognize these flowers. I use these for a lot of projects. Decoupage flowers, and then hot glue some lace at the top, and then put a big bouquet of flowers. When I carried them over here, I kind of got them out of off center, but I put some flowers in them. And this sits at the end of my hallway going into my master bedroom below a painting that I got, so this sits there. And then we also painted on some porcelain plates, but I didn't want to bring those over here because I will take a picture and show you how I have them, but I'm on a glass top table. I could see me breaking one of them, so I didn't want to bring it over here. And I'm just a big, you know, fake flower person. I got fake flowers everywhere. Okay, so those are the projects, little projects that we've done. And then one of the tables I forgot to share with you is actually down in the farmhouse. I can't show you right now because we have guests staying there for 30 days. And this was a table that I redid. It was dark and it had a lot of oil stains on the top. So I didn't really want to take the time to strip it down, and then because there's so many fine grooves and details to it, I decided to chalk paint it. And you know my farmhouse is all like the pastel country colors. So I painted it to the baby blue and white and used a little white wax on it to decoupage the top. Did some distressing with some sandpaper, and that's how it turned out, and I love it. Very girly. So I had to, that's why I did the last two pieces, or this last piece I did in black and the other one with the coffee in the dark browns, just to do something a little bit more masculine, because everything I seem to do always is white and flowers. So I just wanted to share with you that, I mean, I am just obsessed with doing furniture and redoing furniture right now. I have a sewing project pinned up and ready to go up my sewing room, and have not gotten myself up there to do it. One, it's hot up there, even with the air conditioning running. I can't have the air conditioning running and the fan running because my microphone picks it up. And on one of my last videos, someone made a comment that the background noise bothered them. And so it's hard for me to be up there with no fan on, and then the air conditioning is kind of loud in that one room because I'm right off, my sewing room is right off the storage room. So you hear it more in my sewing room. And so it's really hard to be up there and have to turn that stuff off to do the videos because the mic picks it up and it's an annoying background noise at all times. But I do have a project ready to go, pinned up, and I'm hoping to videotape that if it cools down this weekend. So I'm gonna show you some of my upcoming projects right now. Okay, now I'm out in the garage and I wanna show you some of the projects that I have coming up, and they're kind of interesting. First thing I'm gonna show you is right here. Now, just remember, my garage is also my workspace. That is all my towels and stuff that I use to put under my projects. I got the paints, I got my decoupage materials, upcoming projects. There's the table that I did. Right now it's just storing stuff on it. Some fabrics that I got that with roosters and French scripts. But I'm storing those out here just, you know, for inspiration right now. Drawers that I'm gonna do something with someday. My husband wants to build me a barn as a workshop and move my stuff out of here. But I wanted to show you this. This is the front end of a GMC 100. It's got the 100 still on there. I gotta clean it up. But this is the front end of an old, I think it's a 1956 maybe, 1956 GMC 100 pickup truck. I'm gonna clean that up and gonna use that in our basement. We're doing construction on finishing the basement. So we thought that would be kind of cool either to hang on the wall, it's extremely heavy, or fix it up and have it be the front part of the bar, turn it into a table. We haven't decided yet, but that is a big, huge, I mean, it's heavy, and it has the frame and stuff on it, the metal that comes off for us to hang it onto something. But we got that from my husband's uncle, who goes and gets body parts for cars and has kind of like a whole scrap yard full of car parts. So I got that. I'm working on this one right now, but I don't like the color, so I went and bought new paint. It's supposed to be a khaki, but it looks too green. This is an Ethan Allen, I think it's a mid-century magazine rack table. It's where you put the magazines here, and then it's got the tabletop. I'm going to lighten up the paint color, make it more of a khaki, less green. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to just stain the top and then put French script on there,
or if I'm going to paint the whole thing and still put the French script on there. So I have not painted the top because I'm debating. I sanded this whole thing down. It's all solid wood, but I'm thinking of maybe my dark walnut on top. I'm not sure. And then a little bit lighter color. But it was all this glossy, looked like fake wood. They had it so glossy. A very dirty brown, not even a red cherry brown. It was kind of an ugly color. I'll put in a before picture. And so now, and then I started painting it last night with the cocoon, but it's coming out a little green. So I'm working on that one right now. And I work on this stuff in the middle of the night. Like last night I started painting this at 11 o'clock at night, just because, you know, I just love doing it. Now these milk cans, I'm gonna insert a before picture, a primed picture, and then this right here. And I'm gonna show you what, I'm making these into bar stools. I have 4 of them. See, 2 over there and 2 over there. I've already treated the rust with navel jelly, sanded them, primed them, and then I painted them a metallic soft iron is the color. And I'm going to, let me show you what I'm gonna do. I have bought a bunch of these Harley Davidson signs, and I bent them because they're nice and thin. I bent them, and I've got 4 of them. They're all different. And what I'm gonna do, because they already have holes in them right there, I'm waiting for my husband right now to drill holes in these, because you need a special drill bit, because those are like heavy, like almost like, I know it's not cast iron, but it feels like cast iron. So this is what it's gonna be. This sign is gonna get attached around the sides of these. And then I'm gonna make leather stool tops to go on top. And they're the perfect, I mean, I can't show you me sitting in them. I guess I could. Okay, I'm not gonna show you me sitting on them, but just trust me, they are the perfect size for bar stools. I've already tested them out. They're the same height as the bar stools we have at our kitchen island right now. So I'm making bar stools out of those. So, I mean, I've got so many projects going on. The next is, okay, I got this holder here. This holds 4 TV trays, and the TV trays are right here. I sanded them down. I sanded 2 of them down. Normally they are this red color. So I've sanded them down to be that color. I'm gonna paint them black, and I'm waiting in the mail. Online I ordered, from a poster shop, I ordered 4 pictures that are perfect size to go on here of vintage Harley Davidson motorcycles with pinup girls on them. And each tray, there's 4 trays, each tray will have a different pinup girl on it, and they'll be done in, I'll be painting them black. And that is for my husband to kind of go with his bar stools for our basement. So each one of those will have a pinup girl poster decoupage to the top of a Harley Davidson vintage picture. Then, this is it before, I got these trays. These are smaller. I got 2 of these, $5 each at an estate sale. I've sanded them down, that one, and then this one I sanded down, and then I've stained it. And I'm not leaving it this way, believe me. Okay, and so what I'm doing, I sanded it with my dark walnut. I'm going to be painting it like a French linen or a cream colored, and then I'm gonna distress it so you can see the dark stain through the paint. And then I'm gonna put some type of either farm, you know, or an old antique market stencil on here where it's words, whether it be, you know, a farmhouse flour label, you know, like, you know, flour as in cooking flour, or if I do a French script, I don't know, like some type of French script on there. But I just know I'm gonna be painting them a French linen, distressing them, and stenciling something on there. So I've got a lot of projects going on. I have that project, the white trays, the Harley Davidson trays, the Harley Davidson 4 bar stools, and then the Ethan Allen mid-century magazine rack. I'm working on that one. And then I gotta show you what we're working on outside. Our garage is a mess. But my husband and I, this is what we've been busy on. We built this stairway right here and it's got the lights on the top. So we built the stairway that goes down to the guest house. So that's what we've been working on. I don't want to bother the guests down there with the camera. But you can see it's a little landing and it goes all the way down. Now in between each one of those spindles, we are going to be putting, or each one of those railings, I'm going to show you. Let me see where he's got it. Okay, and all the way down the railings, that is that metal rope. We are going to be, instead of putting spindles, we're going to be putting horizontally ropes between each of the posts all the way down the staircase, you know, for safety and for, you know, something that looks a little different, looks nice. So we've been busy working on that. My husband mostly, but he's teaching me how to use the power tools. I'm loving using power tools. They're so much fun. And so I'm using, he got me a new sander for my birthday. My birthday was this, just 2 weeks ago. And so he got me a new sander for my birthday, and he's teaching me how to use the air nailers. So I was helping him out. I was gluing and I was nailing in the handrail that goes in between each one of those posts, and I was having fun with it. I'm not one for power tools, but this girl was having fun with some power tools yesterday. I love it. And I'm gonna insert a picture of my husband and I. We were having so much fun. Okay, so I just wanted to check in with you guys. I know I haven't done a video in 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks, but I just been out here doing furniture. I'm just absolutely loving it. And you know, most of it's chalk painting, so it's like repeating everything that I did in the first chalk painting videos. I mean, once you've chalk painted something, it's basically the same. And there's so many chalk painting videos out there. I just haven't done a video on step by step because I come out in steps. Like in the middle of the night, I'll come out, like when I say middle of the night, I come out like at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, and I'll do one step. And then I'll turn around and wait for it to dry. And when I first thing get up in the morning, I'll do the next step. So it's hard to videotape because half the time I'm in my pajamas when I'm out here. Oh, and I got another item that you're gonna laugh at. Then we also got an old Ford bumper. You know how old that is. I think it's probably used for construction because it's got all the reflective tape that's on it. We're gonna clean this up, and we're either gonna make a table out of it or we are going to make a bench out of it and have it underneath our patio in the basement, some type of cool rustic bench, and that would be the back of the bench, like where your back would rest. That's what would go there. So a lot of projects going on, and I'll have a lot of finished pictures to post in my next vlog. Hopefully all these unfinished projects will be done by my next vlog, and I can show you what they look like. But that's about it. And in the estate sales, the only thing I've been scoring is like this furniture and a lot of fabric. I've been getting a lot of upholstery fabric. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do with it, but I've been getting a lot of upholstery fabric. Well, I just wanted to check in with you, show you what I've been doing, and showing you my new love of doing furniture. And one nice thing though is when we're building the stairways out there, I have tons of these. So I'm experimenting on these too. I'm trying to, you know, do that image transfer, and the Mod Podge image photo transfer, it didn't work. I mean, I couldn't even rub the paper off. It's like put a shellac on the paper. And I've watched videos, I've copied them step by step, and they're not turning out. But I use those blocks to test before I do a piece of furniture. So if I'm not sure how two colors are gonna go together, or overlapping color, or whitewashing, I take a scrap board, try it on there first, let it dry for 24 hours, think about it before I start on a project. And I wish I would have done that with that cocoon paint on the Ethan Allen piece, but it just matters what time of the day you're looking at it. When at 1 minute it looks like it's green, the next minute it looks like it's tan, so it's hard telling. Okay, so once again, I'm gonna let you go. This is Amy of Fashion Toppings. Until next time, you have a great day.